gravel road, more stony, where not the high speed, more the maneuverability, the rideability of the bike has to cater, so that the whole redesign of the bike was mainly focused really to reduce, to bring the masses closer to the center of gravity. So we moved from the huge rear tanks to side tanks. We redesigned the complete front to have the rider, to allow the rider to look really ahead in front of the front wheel, to be able on this technically stages, to be able to really to maneuver the bike on a high speed and with a high reliability. As you maybe witnessed, we are ready to race. We have been already ready to racing as we participated this year at the Olivia, and the team and the feedback gives us some quite good confidence. But let's have, first of all, a look at the Olivia, what happened there.
Going to Olivia Rally the first couple of days, I mean, we knew the whole rally was going to be really fast and rocky and quite dangerous, but I think started off pretty well. Did pretty well in the prologue. It's always good to do a good prologue so you can set yourself up for the rest of the rally. A couple of good days where I can be really proud of.
The Olivia race was going good. This last day I had unfortunately I cut a cut dune and I landed on the bottom and I cut my chin, but nothing that a couple of stitches won't fix. But anyway, overall I'm really happy.
Compared to last year, it's a huge change for me, and I'm really happy that things are clicking and my navigation is working and the speed is also coming, so it's all promising, and to actually make the finish of the rally with no problems with the motorcycle, it's a great sign for the team, and it's going to be positive for the Dakar from this perspective.
We're ready for Dakar.
The team is ready for Dakar. We upgraded the team, as we are always looking. Our relay engagement is not a short-term activity, it's a long-term plan. And part of our long-term plan is really to identify young talent, to groom them either on a national or on the international level, and bring them forward. This is why we are quite happy that we could engage with Oriol Mena. He will be the third rider in our international team. Oriol has a strong track record in terms of enduro racing. He has been the 2009 Junior Enduro World Champion, and he did win for 3 times with the Spanish team the Enduro 6 days, which is more or less, let's call it the Enduro World Championship. And we identified him as a private rider. He did only 2 races on a private basis in 2016, and he was even able to finish second at the Sardinia race, so we are quite happy to have him engaged, and it seems to be a very promising rider, no doubt. Joachim is feeling quite well on the bike, and Santosh as well, and if we do compare their performance from this year Olivia to last year, we are quite excited. Talking about excitement, we will talk about Dakar. The team is eager and ready to get to the Dakar. By the way, this is the original race bike for G-Rod. After the EICMA show, it will get delivered to Le Havre and shipped towards South America. This is why it's definitely a no-touch bike. Even he will touch it very hard. This year, 2008 edition is the 40th edition of the Dakar race. It goes from Lima through Bolivia to Argentina and will end in Cordoba. So we are quite eager and see how the team is doing. We did get over the last 18 months a huge support from the social media, from the fan groups and from the journalists, which helps us to develop as Hero MotoCorp towards a product-driven company performing on a high level. But racing on its own is not a business purpose that is sufficient. Racing for us enables us to upgrade our skills within R&D, testing skills, grooming riders, understanding high performance bikes, and transferring these learnings into on-road bikes. Off-road performance to be converted into on-road success. This is what we are looking for, this is what we are passionate about, to transform our passion into professional approach. And this is why I'm quite happy, not just that we showcase our actual race piece, we are able to showcase our learnings into a first initial concept that we might bring on the road based on the response we get. You can look forward to our further continuation of the show today. Thank you.
And to talk about it, I welcome my colleague Malo Lamachon, who is the head of Global Product Planning at Hero. Malo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Marcus. Pleasure to be here today with all of you. I think what an important day. What I like what Marcus was presenting to all of you is basically how we see motorsport first as a passion fuel for the company, as a brand, platform, but also as a technology test bed, because this is what motorsport is all about, testing to the extreme. And when we look at that, actually, in fact, we thought one of the best is let's try to let it match all those learnings that we have on motorsports and also the consumer needs. And of course, one of the easy translation is to look at the adventure segments, quite obviously. I think this is why you all guessed why we are here today. And we did look at this segment because we know quite a lot of it. One of the main reasons is because we did create it, at least in India, back 6 years ago. Almost day to day, 6 years ago, the Impulse was launched in India, catering for people that basically want to drive off the beaten path with no limitation. The Impulse was more a success in terms of recognition, more than the actual sales number. There can be many explanations. It's interesting to see that despite the bike being stopped, let's say, of production, there is still a very active community, both online and riding on the weekends. At the same time, you should always look back at the learnings. Maybe the bike was a bit too early, maybe the bike was in a bit more power. So try to incorporate all of that and look at what was the segment today, both in global and in India. So when we look at the segments, it's basically what we call the adventurous fun lovers. In global, it's quite easy. Latin America is quite a big portion of those. When you look, for example, for Colombia, actually 17% of the markets is models which are adventure segment, on-off, and growing. In India, we all know that the segment is not yet there, mainly because of the lack of offer. That could be one. But we believe that it's interesting to see. Because we did actually do some consumer survey. What we found out is for the 150 category and above, you look at one guy out of three is telling you that he's going for at least a two long day ride every single month, which is quite a big proportion. And 80% of them will tell you that they want some level of off-roading. because you go through villages where maybe the road will stop, because the road is not always smooth and not always straight. And also because for those people, the fun is not a smooth and straight road. It's actually the fun starts when the road ends. And this is what they're looking forward to. So this is why we call them the adventurous fun lovers. And to capture them, basically there is two key things that we didn't play wrong. The first one is our ability to take on any terrain. So basically a bike that gives you this confidence that you get no ground clearance, that you have off-road tire that will get you out of any situation. The second one is the capability of limitless journey, protected from the wind, of course, but at the same time it's also a notion of accessibility. Accessibility both in terms of getting on and off, not getting too tired at the end of the day, and also in terms of riding capabilities. Not everyone is able to ride and have the riding capability of what Marcus presented us, all the team of the hero riding motorsport. So those were basically the two key pillars that we needed to deliver with this XPulse concept, and now we'll show you a glimpse of it.
Where the path holds your hand and life roars to the rhythm of your heart. Some of us are born to ride beyond because we're nothing more than where we've been. Choices can be open and shut, earth and fire, with or without. But if you look within, you can have it all. The Hero XPulse. You can have it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pawan Munjal, Chairman, MD and CEO, Hero MotoCorp.
Buongiorno. Can you hear me? No? I think I might. Buongiorno. Namaskar and good afternoon. Let me also, on my own behalf, welcome you all to the Hero Pavilion at EICMA 2017. There always is a huge amount of excitement at any show, especially at EICMA, because of the kind of products that we see, the kind of technologies that we see, and the vision and direction for the future of many companies which is at display at the show. For those who are not from India and who are not aware of this company, we are right now a very young company, shall I say a young startup, just over 6.5 years old. After we started our solo journey, having separated from our erstwhile partner of 28 years, which is why I say we are a very young company at heart, but enriched by the legacy and the experience that we've had for nearly 3 decades in the motorcycle business. I've always maintained that technology and innovation are the two building blocks, the very foundation of Hero. Malo is constantly engaged in in-depth, comprehensive research on the current and future trends and customer behavior in the market across the globe to develop concepts, new ideas and new products. All these inputs are then fed back into our R&D. Marcus's team of highly skilled engineers, today numbering over 600, led by Marcus very efficiently at the Center for Innovation and Technology just outside Jaipur. And some of you have visited that marvel and seen where we are now producing our new technologies and designing our new products. Over the past few years, in fact about 3 years to be precise, Hero has also gone beyond the boundaries of India, and we've expanded our footprint across 35 markets in Asia, Africa, Latin America and Central America. Of course, during this time we've been participating in various shows across the globe. EICMA, of course, is a special place for us, and this is probably the 3rd or the 4th time, Marcus, 3rd or the 4th time that we are present at EICMA. But this time, all of us are so much more excited about this show and our presence here because of the 2 products that you see here, the concept in XPulse and the rally bike which Marcus so elegantly talked about. Clearly, we are not going to rest on our laurels. We have huge plans in the field of motorsports, and in keeping with our long-term commitment to the promotion of motorsports in India and also ourselves going globally into motorsports, we will surely be making further investments in building the culture of motorsports in India and beyond. We are already seeing a huge amount of interest from young budding riders who are getting more opportunity now to train, to learn and participate in motorsports. I was mentioning to some of you last night, it is very heartening to see one of our own R&D engineers who has now become a rally rider himself. Malo talked about our constant efforts in developing concepts for the future, keeping in mind global trends and customers' expectations. I'm sure the concept that you have right here in front of you, the XPulse, gives you a directional guidance on the path that Hero is going to ride on in the future. I've been talking about it in the past. Today you start seeing some of that in action. We created this segment, as was mentioned earlier, in India a few years ago with the Impulse, and we feel it is about time that we start conceptualizing some new thoughts and ideas in this space. keeping with the rising brand Hero, stature of Hero going global, and also creating such concepts not just within the Indian user in mind, but also the focus keeping the entire globe and the customers across the globe and the evolving markets around the globe. Our Google engineering capabilities are well known. And I don't just talk about ourselves, but Indian engineers who have created engineering marvels at economical prices, at economical costs. And with the constant evolution of the automotive industry and with innovation at its core, India holds a vital position in driving the mobility trends in the future. Some of these products that you see in stands here cost less than a smartphone in your hands. And these products do much more for you than some of these smartphones. We are, of course, constantly engaged in creating sustainable, eco-friendly future mobility solutions for everyone in the marketplace. With every iteration of our commitment to deliver more smiles per mile, more smiles per kilometer, I thank you all for joining us today, this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the show. Ride safe. Thank you very much.
Sir, if I may request you to stay on for a little while, please, and request Madhu and Marcus to join Mr. Munjal for a few photographs.
Follow it.